Champion of Consumer Reports. Dave, I got to start out. What do you think of the hybrid movement? Is it good or bad right now?
Well, there's so many hybrids coming out now, and it just seems that the badging is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, maybe it's for the HOV lanes. You know, look, I got a hybrid, I can go in that lane. But, you know, really there's only one hot hybrid. That's really the Prius that gets excellent gas mileage. We're seeing hybrid versions of this, that, and the other coming out. And really, you know, the technology is wonderful, but the weight and the extra complexity of the vehicles, I'm not sure it's going to be there in the future.
Okay, well, what do you think of the green car of the year this year at the LA Auto Show?
Well, it's the Chevrolet Tahoe, and I'm not quite sure how you can have a 6,000-pound huge SUV. Yeah, it gets 18, 20 miles per gallon, but how that can be the green car of the year, it's beyond me. I'm sorry. You know, it's...
Not sure. So what do you think is your favorite car of the year this year at the LA Auto Show?
I think it's got to be the... I'm a bit of a race nut and a car enthusiast, so it's got to be the GTR.
What about the GTR impresses you the most?
Well, when I used to work for Nissan, I actually had one of the 95 GTRs, right-hand drive over here in the States, and that was just so quick. It just drove beautifully. Anything that you wanted to do with it, you could just fling it sideways, the thing would just power out of it. And this new one has got more horsepower, it's got much more technology to it. At what, $60,000, $70,000, you know, it's going to blow that sports car market out the water.
Now, taking from the best car, what do you think is the absolute worst car here at the show this year?
Well, there's a number of cars that really just don't hit it for me. You know, the Mini Clubman. Yeah, it's got a little bit more room, but the clamshell rear doors leaves a big pillar in the middle. Yes, it's got a little bit more room, but you're buying a Mini for its room. Yeah, give me a break.
Well, fair enough. Now, tell our users a little bit about your guys' facility back in Connecticut. What you guys do there, what you guys have available, and a little bit more about that if you can.
Well, at Consumer Reports, we actually go out and buy all the cars anonymously, and we're buying about 80, 85 cars each year that we go out and test. Anything from, you know, the bargain basement up to a Mercedes SL 550. And we have a 327-acre facility with 7 miles of roads with no police on them. So you can actually push cars really to the limit, and I can't wait to get hold of one of these Evos. The STI was one of my real all-time favorites, and this year we'll be looking at the Evo and the new STI, and, you know, head-to-head, see which is better again.
So you actually personally go out there and drive them yourselves?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Is that a little bit of a perk of the job? I mean,
It is. And we get to take the cars home every evening, so, you know, one minute you're driving a Kia Rio, next minute you're in a 7 Series BMW. It just depends on what night and what they want you to drive.
Every angle of all the spectrum across the board of vehicles.
Yeah, we get to drive them on the road. We get to push them through the performance. 0 to 60s, braking, emergency handling. We got a little course which is sort of like a mini Lime Rock raceway, where you can push them to the limit and see what they do. And really, we're looking for, does the car have any nasty habits, like the old Porsche 911 lift off mid corner? You know, you're off the road. So we're really looking for, whether the car is going to be safe right at the limit.
Sure.
And then, of course, we push it right to the limit and see what it does.
Sure. Well, Dave, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
You're gonna make it.
Go! Rambo, rated R. January 25th.